Hi there, welcome to the YouTube channel. Apologies if you're here today expecting a stream replay. That's going to be later in the week now, because the stream I was going to put up, I actually put up on Saturday, and yeah, I really enjoyed that stream. That's why it's up. There's going to be another one coming up later in the week, so if you're here for watching some gameplay, I'm really sorry, but today we're going to look at Vohar Vodalian Desecrator. letsrushcat joined us on stream the other week. You can go and watch the game we played from the stream replay on Saturday. And they sent me a message on Discord, on the Discord channel, because they followed me on Twitch. You know, if you want to follow me on Twitch, come there. You get access to Discord that way. And said, you know, Vohar, Vodalian Desecrator, really like this deck. Play it in cEDH. And, you know, have you got any ideas? Well, I thought about it because, you know, the usual combo with Vohar is Doomsday, so on and so forth. Loads of other stuff that goes on with it. You can play Demonic Consultation, Lion's Eye Diamond, Thassa's Oracle, Lab Maniac, whatever one you want to do it. That's usually the cEDH route with it. I've tried to do my version of Vohar something slightly less than that. As you know, if you come and see me on stream occasionally, most of my decks are around about 5 to 8 power level. That's about where I want to get to, because I like having the streams as fun. And letsrushcat said, can you do something similar that's about the same power level? So I had a long think about Vohar, and this is what I've come up with for today. What I decided to try and do is try and use the second ability, well, the first ability of Vohar to get to what we need to, then use the second ability to win the game. Yes, it's very similar to the cEDH deck. I'm not going to argue that. You know, Doomsday, I've mentioned already, Demonic Consultation, so on and so forth. But I've tried to make mine a little bit more fun, more on the power level I'm comfortable playing. So, the lands are blue and black all the way through. A couple of things I'll point out. We have got Field of the Dead here. We have got Halamal Depths. We've got Mystic Sanctuary in here. Obviously, Reliquary Tower and the wonderful Temple of the False God here. All backed up with Urborg Tomb of the Yawgmoth, just for that little bit. Ramp wise, I have kind of followed some of the cEDH principles for MTGO with this deck. So I've got my two favourite Suspend, Talisman mana producers. Then I've got Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, Sol Ring, and then Arcane Signet, Dimir Signet, Jet Medallion, Sapphire Medallion, and Talisman of Dominance. They're all here. But what I'm trying to do is copy my opponent's creatures to win that way by using the ability to recast the copy spells, or copy some of the instants and sorceries I've got coming on that then do things. So it isn't quite at the level. I have play tested a little bit, you know, just versus myself, and it does work quite well. But this is how I've built the deck today. So Mystical Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, would expect to see in the deck anyway. But then we start hitting some of the adventure cards, because I thought adventures would be a little bit of fun. They give me some more spells, and they also give me some creatures to play around with. You know, so there are only 20 creatures in the deck. So the first one's Aquatic Alchemist. We can get a card back from our graveyard and put it on top of our library if we need to. Baral's here just to cut the costs down of our instants and sorceries, and then if we have to, you know, a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Brain Threes. This is one of the cards I really want to try and get in the deck. I do like occasionally milling people, and this seems to work really well. So, you know, we've got enough ways to buy it back when we've cast it. We haven't got to imprint it on the card that's coming up in a minute. Same with Cyclonic Rift. We can get this back. The card we do want to imprint, obviously, is Dramatic Reversal. And I'll get to why. Well, you probably know why if you played the cEDH version. We like untapping all our artifacts and all our creatures so we can get multiple uses of Vohar in a turn. Psychic Rebuttal gives us a bit of counter spell ability for instants and sorceries that are targeting us. And then hopefully, if we do get something that's targeting us, we can have 2 instants and sorceries in our graveyard and get a copy of the thing we've just countered. To help out with the counter, we've got Counter Spell and Mana Drain. There's Thassa's Oracle. I had to have part of this in here. I figured, you know, part of the game would be around this, but it's just without the Doomsday bit. Cruel Sommerphage is also in the deck. This is nice. We get to copy it occasionally with the sorcery side of it, and then hopefully all the creatures in graveyards make it a bit of a threat. Demonic Tutor's here for another way of going and ramping something out and finding the bits we need. Tainted Indulgence is basically a little bit of indulgence on my side. I want something a bit away from like Brainstorm, Ponder, Preordain, the cards you would normally see in this sort of deck, and Tainted Indulgence kind of fitted it. We do end up with 5 or more mana values in the graveyard quite regularly, so we will be drawing 2 cards for 2 manas, which I still think is fine. Yes, Isoconcept is here. This is what I'm talking about, imprinting. You know, if you're desperate, you could imprint Mana Drain, but obviously the thing you want to be imprinting is Dramatic Reversal. Hence why all the tutors are here to go and find Dramatic Reversal and the Isoconceptor. I've also got on the deck, a bit strangely, Lucky Clover, because of all the adventure spells that we're casting off the creature sides. We might as well copy them while we can. And, you know, we have some ways of gaining some benefits from it, which I'll get to. Stronic Resonator lets us copy the triggered ability we control if we need it to be copied, so that goes in. Days Undoing, just in case things go pear-shaped, we do need to get 7 cards and shuffle everything back in, so I went with Days Undoing for a bit of a change from my usual Immortality, Elixir of Immortality. Lab Maniacs here is another win condition. If we can't get the Thassaur Oracle one off, we can mill ourselves out quite happily with Brain Freeze if we need to. It does happen in the test games I've done. Mental's Guidance, I just quite like it. It's a scry and a draw, and since we do have a wizard, at least one wizard in the deck, we should be able to get this up and running with, you know, an extra scry and a card draw, so get to copy that. Rhystic Study, it's a blue deck. What did you expect not for it not to be here? Why would you not expect it to be here? Again, not usually seen in the cEDH decks from what I can see. Well, I've done my little bit of research on, but I like playing Rhystic Study when I can, so it's here. Spellseeker goes and finds us one of the instants or sorceries we need at 2 mana or less. It's another way of going and finding our Dramatic Reversal, or if we need a Cyclonic Rift to clear the board so we're about to lose. That's what it's here for. Theoretical Disruption. Duplication is one of the copy spells. There's a lot of creatures that people are playing at the moment. I have seen people doing, you know, my favourite green card, Genesis Wave. That's turned up a couple of times in games recently. So I figured this would be a nice way of getting copies of all the creatures that they may be putting into play off that. Gumdrop Poisoner gives us a little bit of life if we need it, because we'll just do the Tempt Retreat side of things to get the food tokens and then hopefully get a copy of it. And then if we have to play it as a 3/2 life linker, well, so be it. You know, that's the way it is. Toxic Deluge helps us really do control the board in a big way. Life Toll is relevant, but not as relevant as you think it is with this deck. Murderous Rider, Swift End side of it is really good, and then we get the lifelink guy as well, and then when it dies we get to put it on the bottom of our library, so that's cool. Phyrexian Metamorph copies anything on the battlefield. If we need to copy something that's big and annoying us, we can copy it, or, you know, if we just want to ramp our mana up, we can copy a Mana Crypt or, you know, Mana Vault, Soul Ring, whatever. Chancellor of Tales makes an appearance, purely because we can copy the adventure side of the spells. So, you know, can't copy the creature, but we can copy the instants and sorceries we will be casting. Irisic is a vile duplication. We get a token. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except the token has flying and isn't legendary. Really nice if you can get a copy of Vohar into play off it, and just have 2 ways of looting every turn and discarding things. So you get through the deck a lot quicker and it does go off. Right of Replication, create a token that's a copy of target creature and you want to kick it as much as possible, especially if you can copy one of your opponent's non-legendary creatures. Having 5 copies of something that wins you the game is good. Spell Scorn Coven, just to return target spell to its owner's hand, and then when we get it into play, we get to each opponent discard something. That's cool. Tendrils of Agony is another way we're going to win the game. Get this going. Again, we're going to need to rebuy it with Vohar from the graveyard, so we get 2 uses out of it technically, unless we can copy it when it's happening. Duskmantle Seer, just a little bit of a beta. It's a 4/4 fly you don't see very often. It drains people out when they look at the top card of their library. Notion Thief means that we get to draw lots of cards. I think people forget about this one instead. And we just flash this in, especially if someone does, I don't know, something that wheels. One of the wheels comes into play. We do this. This upsets them quite happily. Talon the Kindly Lord is also here. We will choose a number. Probably, I think the best number for Talon, from my experience, is 3. People disagree with me on that. That's fine. I've got no problem with that. But 3 seems to be a nice sweet spot in all of the Commander decks I've played it in so far. Rona, Sheldred's Faithful, also makes an appearance. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, each opponent loses 1 life. You get a little bit of drain. And then we can bring Rona back by discarding 2 cards and paying, in addition to paying its other costs. So, you know, discard 2, pay the 2 black, 1 and blue to get it back from the graveyard. Lithothorm Engine, another way of just copying our spells if we need to, or triggered and activated abilities, or we can copy target permanent spell we control if we need to. Yeah, has its upsides, has its downsides. Primal Amulet is just another way of making sure our instants and sorceries cost less, and then if we can get it to flip, all the better for us. Because then we get to copy our instants and sorceries once it's flipped off the Wellspring. Jingataxis makes an appearance. We've got a lot of mana value 3 or greater cards in the deck that aren't creatures, and therefore getting this going and card drawing is nice. And if we can get it flipped into the Great Synthesis, everything is looking up for us. Alcazar, Deepest Betrayal. I just like this one because it does turn into a land when it gets killed off. But when an opponent attacks, if you can't draw a card, you can. And then whenever an opponent discards a land, we get a bat. Whenever it dies, we transform it. It seems like a good plan to me. It's another beater in the air if we need it. Hornlocked Whale is purely here for the adventure side, just to give us something that will save us if we're being attacked. If we have to flash it in, we can do it. Doesn't matter if you do it at the end of an opponent's turn, you get to untap it. It's got wall 2, it's hard to remove, and it's a 6/6 blocker at the end of the day. The third Storm card is Mind's Desire. I've been talking about this, storming. Mind's Desire is a no-brainer in this deck. Some of the things it does with this deck is silly. I have had great fun playtesting this deck, and Mind's Desire has always been one of the cards that I've been very happy to see in my hand. Shahili's Artistry just lets us copy things, and we go that way with it. Again, copy our ramp stuff if we need to, copy someone's opponent's creatures. Will Kenrith, probably not a card many people will play from Battle Bond in the deck, but the -2 is actually really useful. Because it means everything gets really cheap, so it's an interesting inclusion from my point of view. Capital Punishment, I just like voting. I like voting cards, and this is one of the voting cards I've picked up for this deck. Grave Titan is just a win the game beta type thing, backup win condition. And Professor Onyx, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. With the amount of copies we've got going on, pretty good. Does do nice things, like it. Anyway, the other version, Jingataxis, the Progress Tyrants here from what was it from? New Neon Dynasty, that was it. Just so we can copy our stuff when we cast it, and then counter each opponent's stuff. Well, the first thing they cast is an instant sorcery or artifact spell each turn, so pretty nice. Virtue of Persistence, just so we can have a little bit of creature removal, gain a little bit of life, and hopefully get it into play and start nicking things from graveyards so we have some blockers. Clone Legion does a better job of it, of course, because we just copy everything an opponent's got. And yeah, why not? Let's have all your creatures, thank you. And Mnemonic Deluge. Now, one of the playtest games I did with this, I cast Clone Legion, and then next turn I just used Mnemonic Deluge to go and cast this again and target each of my opponents. I think all 3 of my opponents conceded when I play tested it. I was very close to dying, but that really kept me in the game, mainly because one of the opponents was playing a white life gain deck and I was going to get a whole load of life back. So I think they all gave up at that point and stopped. Expensive, yes. Good, yes. Expensive to cast, yeah, it is, but deal with it. We've got the medallions, which, but the blue one anyway, and then enough artifact ramp that I think we can cope with it. The final 2 cards, Blue Sun's Twilight is great if you can get up to 5 or more, gain control of a creature and get a copy of it, that's fine. Even better if you've got another way of copying it in the deck, if you've changed the deck slightly to copy this. Don't use Mnemonic Deluge on it, but gives us a little bit of things to do in the early game. And the final card that does win the game for us is Torment of Hailfire. Again, another target that's great to have for your Spellseeker. Don't forget, Spellseeker can get this because its actual converted mana cost is 2, because EX is 0 when it's in the graveyard. So, if you need to win, you can win this way. Again, everyone sacking things tends to mean to people, if you get it off a big enough X, I did it for X is 10 in one game, and yeah, people conceded on the spot. They don't like Torment of Hellfire. Can't imagine why. But that's it. That is my non-cEDH version of Vohar Vodalian Desecrator. I will be playing it on stream very soon. Yes, I know it should be Doomscar. Yes, I know it should be a cEDH card. Yes, I know it's cheap and people, you can win on turn 1 or even, well, turn 2 most definitely with Vohar. Occasionally you can do it on turn 1 if you're playing the cEDH version, but like I say, I was trying to play something that's a little bit more 5 to 8 power level. So that's it. If you think I've missed anything out major, let me know in the comments below. Let's Rush Cat. I hope you've enjoyed my quick run through of this, and it's a bit different to what you usually play. But for now, everyone, take care. Like I say, the stream replay will be coming up, but we'll catch up with that later. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.